know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay.
आप सभी लोगों को हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते.
Namaskar.
Namaskara.
Ushamadi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sat Shri Akal.
మీకందరికి వందనము.
Jai Swaminarayan.
जय श्री कृष्ण.
Jai Janendra.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोलते हैं याली मदद.
मलाली मदद बोलते हैं सारे फीजी मंदिरों को बोलेंगे नीसा बलबरजन. हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे. myself Altu Baba.
And of course, myself, Faltu Rani, लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time that's going to make it totally exciting and totally मस्तानी बन जाने.
And of course, बजन आज है 357th day of sheltering in place. मैं वंडा रही क्या बात कर रहे हो? सब रेस्टोरेंट खुला है मतलब we are still in the sheltering in place mode. We have a new system of doing that by actually putting us in tiers, बजन. Not in TEARS. TIRE, right?
TIERS.
TIERS, same thing. Not TARS, not tears. We already are in tears right now, but the point is we're putting in tears in what color we got to be on. We were supposed to be in purple, but we're not in purple anymore. We actually come to the red zone right now. As in, still prevalent, that is the spread of the virus still prevalent, but we got to be cautious. And many people are getting vaccinated, so whenever we get opportunity, do that. We got vaccinated, no side effects, so we're good with it. So just trying to tell you, research and decide what you want to do. There are not one, not two, but three vaccinations available for everybody out there. There's a Pfizer one, there's a Moderna one, there also is a JJ one actually. But in fact, that's one thing good about America. We have all three of these things coming up to us. Right, Fatwani?
Right.
More about the news are going to come up right now, but usse pehle, what we're going to do is going to see some of the headlines of what's happening in the US and locally. How about Fatwani?
Absolutely.
And let's go, Banjan. Right now, this is the headlines for you guys of what's happening in the US and also what's happening, let's say, locally. So if you want to catch up in detail about the news we share, go to our news blog, mediamahima.com.
Radio Nihati Studios in the Silicon Valley. These are the news headlines, and today is the 11th of March. Judge allows third-degree murder charge against officer on trial in George Floyd's death. American COVID-19 treatment from U.S. fund. Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID-19 bill wins final approval in the House. Senate confirms Biden nominee Merrick Garland as U.S. Attorney General. U.S. passenger railroad Amtrak is restoring service on its long-distance routes. And in news from California, the CVS vaccination program has expanded into the Bay Area in California. A hate crime investigation is underway after a sexual assault in San Jose Diridon station. UC Berkeley claims legal immunity for international students' deportation. And of course, Banajan, the superintendent of the San Francisco Unified School District has announced that he will be retiring, and they have to look for a new person right now. So there's a whole new set of rules that are coming into play in San Francisco right now.
I can imagine the Bajan, but of course we're going to get to that anyways. But again, I have a nice song lined up for you guys, Bajan, so stay tuned because ye gana jo hai काफी दिन हो गया आप लोगों को सुन के. It actually is a song from the movie Neer Ja Bajan. It's got a nice song. It's called Aankhein Milayenge Dar Se. So if you face fear, Bajan, take it head on is what they say. A nice song for you guys. A story to learn from, the real life story of Neer Ja. up, Manjan? That's why this is the mantra for all ladies out there. And of course, it's being the month of March, the Mahila March, Manjan. All I'm trying to tell you guys is, come on, face dar and all the fear head on, ladies. And this song, Barjan, Prasun Joshi ka lyrics hai, and of course, K. Mohan and Neha Basan's voices, Barjan. Thoda gaana sunte hain, we'll come back to the news in detail. That's right, Bajan. Dar ka bola chal hat. ये गाना और बजेगा आप लोगों के लिए. This is a nice anthem, right? It starts off with the Om Triambakam Yajamahe.
Yeah.
And of course,
the Mrityunjaya mantra, right?
Oh my God, Faltani, you're like total surprise.
Yes.
You're like total surprise in a box.
Yes, I'll do it.
Well, Bajan, I don't know about surprise in the box, but she's going to give us some headlines out of Bajan. Let's stay tuned for that. Faltani, what's happening?
I'm going to give you the news in detail.
Yeah, same difference, Faltani. News in detail. Let's take it.
A Minnesota judge granted a request by prosecutors on Thursday to reinstate a charge of third-degree murder against Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer who is on trial already facing second-degree murder and manslaughter charges. Judge Peter Cahill's decision comes after the Minnesota Court of Appeals ruled on Friday that he must reconsider a third-degree murder charge as well against 44-year-old Chauvin, whose trial got underway with jury selection this week in Minneapolis. I have to follow the rule the Court of Appeals has put in place, Cahill said, explaining his decision. Chauvin already faces a more serious charge of second-degree murder, which carries a sentence of up to 40 years in prison, as well as a charge of second-degree manslaughter. Americans seek compensation for failed COVID-19 treatments from the U.S. Fund. In March of last year, Steve Sikala took his wife Susan to the emergency room at Clara Mass Medical Center in New Jersey to treat a worsening cough and fever, unaware that she had COVID-19. As her breathing and blood pressure deteriorated, she was given azithromycin and hydroxychloroquine and put on a ventilator. 11 days after being admitted to the same hospital where she had worked as a nurse for years, she went into cardiac arrest and died at age 60. Steve Sikala is now the first person known to be pursuing a COVID-19 claim with a decade-old U.S. government fund that has up to $30 billion that can be used to compensate for serious injuries or deaths caused by treatments or vaccines in the fight against the pandemic. COVID-19 presents the first serious test of the Countermeasure Injury Compensation Program. It's called CICP, Banija, overseen by the Department of Health and Human Services. This program so far has denied compensation on 90% of the cases filed prior to the pandemic, mostly for the H1N1 flu vaccines. But Sikala's claim has not been previously reported. He could receive up to $367,000 from the virtually untapped fund if he can show that the treatment actually caused his wife's death. He is not alleging negligence against the hospital, which is largely protected from liability by an emergency health law. So there's nothing that's going to bring her back, but obviously with 2 children and now 2 grandchildren, if there's something we could do to help them out, that would be nice, is what Sikala says. So you can get more information about that by going to mediamahima.com. Speaking of COVID-19 bills, Manajan, the U.S. House of Reps gave final approval on Wednesday to one of the largest economic stimulus measures in American history, a sweeping $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill that gives President Joe Biden his first major victory in office. In fact, he's going to celebrate this victory by going state to state nationwide, apparently, talking about this particular thing and selling this bill to Americans across the country. The measure provides provides $400 billion for $1,400 direct payments to most Americans, $350 billion in aid to state and local governments, an expansion of the child tax credit, and increased funding for vaccine distribution. Forecasters expected to supercharge the U.S. economic recovery. Help is here, Biden wrote in a tweet after the vote. The White House said he plans to sign the bill tomorrow. The Senate confirms Biden nominee. They voted overwhelmingly to confirm Merrick Garland, President Joe Biden's nominee for Attorney General, as the federal appellate judge, won the support even of the chamber's top Republican, Mitch McConnell, who played a key role in denying him a spot on the Supreme Court in 2016. If you remember, how Mitch McConnell actually blocked the bringing this up to be confirmed in the Senate, saying that that's an election year and he will not allow President Obama's nominee Merrick Garland to be brought up for hearing for confirmation. They pushed it, as opposed to what they did with Trump. Again, that was a whole big controversy, if you guys remember that. The bipartisan tally in the Democratic-led Senate was 70-30 to confirm Garland as a top U.S. Law enforcement official, with 20 of the chamber's 50 Republicans, including McConnell and former Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham and Chuck Grassley, joining Biden's fellow Democrats in support. Garland, 68, will assume the post at a time of heightened concern about domestic extremism. He takes over the Justice Department that Republican former President Donald Trump repeatedly sought to bend to his will, and the former federal prosecutor also inherits sensitive ongoing investigations, including one involving Biden's son. The U.S. passenger railroad Amtrak will restore daily service to 12 long-distance routes starting in May, after Congress on Wednesday gave final approval to $1.7 billion in additional emergency funding. Amtrak says passenger demand still remains low by about 73% nationwide versus pre-COVID levels, as millions of Americans avoid business travel, work at home, or skip leisure trips. Amtrak will also recall more than 1,200 furloughed employees. Offering long-distance service represents a vital step in our road to recovery, said Amtrak CEO Bill Flynn in a statement. CVS Health on Thursday announced that it's expanding its vaccination program in California to 119 more locations, including those in 5 Bay Area counties, with specific pharmacy locations not yet being released. CVS said the rollout would include stores in Alameda, Napa, San Mateo, Santa Clara, and Sonoma counties. Appointments at the new locations will become available for booking starting Saturday, with the hope of shots starting on Sunday as locations receive shipments, CVS has said. UC Berkeley, they're claiming legal immunity against an international student's deportation. What happened? Well, Henrique Faria left his job as a lawyer in Brazil to study advanced tax law at Berkeley. Although he finished the program with high honors in 2018, he ended up broke, jobless, and deported. He's now suing over his ordeal, but faces an uphill battle because the university is claiming that it is legally immune for the admitted bungle that triggered his nightmare. In a recent interview, Faria said that he called an amazing year studying with 250 students from across the world. He was praised by the dean as one of the most promising tax lawyers of his generation, and soon landed a coveted job at a New York accounting firm, Ernst & Young. I was very happy. It was the best news I had in my life, so I moved to New York and I was ready to start my new job. But the school gave Faria the wrong deadline. Okay, get this, Manager. The school gave him the wrong deadline to file his immigration paperwork. Under the rules of the university, as Faria's sponsor, he had sole access to the data in his file and was responsible for notifying him of that date. But the school, because the school provided the wrong date, which was May 9th, which was off by 3 days. He ended up missing the May 6th deadline, which is actually 2 days before it. The law school programs director, Ivor Emmanuel, wrote Immigration Authority seeking an exception on Faria's behalf. Emmanuel also wrote Ernst & Young saying he deeply regretted the error. In the end, immigration officials did not grant an exception and Faria got deported. So now they are suing, Faria is suing UC Berkeley, saying you botched my paperwork. And this happens at different levels of institutions for a lot of international students. So international students who are listening to this program, you do have legal remedy. You can actually pursue something. So I would definitely urge everybody to look at this particular article that has just been shared, because he lost everything, including his job, his prospects, everything, because he got deported. Even his chances at coming back into this country. While the law school has said that it cannot comment on pending litigation, the university said in a statement, speaking generally regarding our process, the campus makes best efforts to support students who are navigating the complexities of the immigration system. So more on this you can find out on mediamahima.com. And there is a hate crime that happened. A man was arrested Wednesday after sexually assaulting a woman at San Jose's Diridon station, and police are investigating it as a hate crime. Transit police say both the man and the woman got off the train and then they were walking down toward the tunnel. The victim told the police that the man made a derogatory comment and then attacked her. Investigators say that it happened around 6:30 a.m. on Wednesday. The woman was able to get away and call for help, and the transit police found the 32-year-old man and arrested him nearby. Now this is being investigated as a hate crime because the woman is actually Asian, and apparently she's claiming that he made some slurs with regard to her race. And also, Binajan, as I mentioned before, the San Francisco Unified School District Superintendent Vincent Matthews has announced that he will retire from his position later this year, and the district has to look for his replacement.
Yeah.
So, with a heavy heart, I want to share this news that I plan to retire from SFUSD. He does not say why he's retiring, but the SFUSD is mired in controversy right now because even parents of students where reopening did not happen and younger students did not get a chance to get in-person support are now saying that even the school board members should not be elected anymore, that the city should have more control over it, and that the mayor should appoint school board members going forward.
Interesting. So a lot of controversy there. So he actually just trying to get out of the mess.
I guess so. And people are saying, who will come into this place because this is already mired in so much controversy?
I don't mind, but I am very far out from the place.
Oh, really?
I'm actually busy on the radio.
Do you have education experience?
Of course. Excuse me, I've been through schools,
Okay. Well, anyway, if you want to catch up on these stories, Manajan, you can go to mediamahima.com. These were the news in detail from across the United States and also in California.
That's right now. Let me tell you, sun rahe hain Good Morning Bay, which comes to you guys Monday to Friday right here on your favorite network called Radio D Hotties Badajan. Airing live and local on Radio Mirchi 1310 AM and also 92.9 FM. And yes, we are live on Facebook. You can check us out on Facebook page, facebook.com/Radio D Hotties. We also have a YouTube soon going live there as well, but we'll talk about that for sure. Lekin aapke liye we have a bunch of stuff lined up for you guys this year, Badajan. 2021 is a new year, right? And the best part of 2021, Faltwani, it's like, it is a year of speed.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, you stand still for a whole year and suddenly things open up, you feel everything is fast, right?
Oh.
That's what's going to happen. So when you actually are having the economy open, your head will start reeling like oing, because can you imagine, Faltwani, we already are in the end of the first quarter of the year.
Right.
End of the first quarter of the year. Let that sink in, Banajan. We're already here. It's almost mid-March.
Let me give you another thing.
Yeah.
It's 1 year since the WHO declared the coronavirus pandemic.
Who?
Exactly a year.
Who?
Hey, World Health Organization. Who? WHO, who
That's what I'm saying, who? WHO's who, right, Fazwani? I call them who, yeah.
Okay, man.
Because they always come and say, hoo-ha, whenever things are done already, not before that. They caught all this particular Wuhan, well, it's a long time ago. But somehow, they didn't listen to what Trump had to. Trump said it was China all the way. Well, Banjan, we'll talk more about that in our upcoming segment for sure, where we go into the news from the world. So, Fazwani, good segue into the news from the world. Are we ready for that?
The headlines?
Yes, please.
Yes,
take
absolutely.
it away.
Prince William defends the UK royal family against the racism claims. Myanmar junta accuses Suu Kyi of taking bribes as 8 more people were killed in anti-coup protests. Afghan leaders invited by Russia to meet on struggling peace process. Undignified, the election commission response to TMC's letter over attack on Mamta. Government says do not lower guard. The pandemic in India is not yet over. And India is likely to block China's Huawei over security fears. More on all of this coming up shortly.
And of course, Banjan, all that and more in just a few minutes. So, let's go and take a look at what's happening with the Garland Akira, which I'll end for you guys, Banjan. So, here you go from the movie Ninja. आंखें मिलाएंगे डर से लेकिन अभी तो मुझे ये मैसेज मिला कि I did not share what's happening on the road, so people are feeling lost on the road, I suppose.
Oh, really?
I know, just kidding. So ये का बच्चा रास्ते कहाँ आप लोगों को मिलेगा थोड़ा देर से लेकिन of course सस्ते में.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
And of course, but if you're already not seeing what's happening on Instagram became Instagram because we actually posted a video about what happened with us yesterday. And yes, which was a freak incident where we actually saw something like snow on the roads. Something like snow. No, I didn't say snow. Something like snow, Barjan. Because it actually was small pebble-like hail. I had a feeling somebody, some aircraft flying over San Jose actually defrosted the refrigerators. It seemed that way. Like small pebbles.
Oh,
and we actually saw some white, roads and slush on in San Jose area. San Jose and Milpitas area. But so, well, okay, that was actually promising. I always had dreamt of having snowfall over here in San Jose, and it happened, and I was like, oh wow, good. So my life is fulfilled right now. Well, speaking of the weather, it's kind of seeming cloudy, right? Probably some showers here and there, but no, tomorrow's going to be nice and sunny. Saturday is going to start cloudy again, and Sunday probably we'll have some rain Sunday, and probably we'll be welcoming next week with some rain as well. Speaking about what's happening on the roads, a bunch of things. The rain in last night and also yesterday has kind of caused some flooding in some parts of 280. Actually, 280 southbound to be specific, near the Larkspur Drive, Millbrae actually has the right lane blocked because of flooding. Watch out for that. There's water there. There's fire here. So in South San Jose, near the Berkeley Road, there's a report of a fire. The lanes are affected because the fire. CHP is on the scene already trying to get under control, so drive carefully and be safe. Apart from that, all the other roads are looking very nice and clean, not because there was rain, but because not much of traffic to report. That's all I have for you guys, some traffic update. But right now I'm going to look towards Fadhoni and say, hey, what about the news in detail? She's like, what? Huh? You put me on the spot?
These are the world news headlines. World news in detail, Bunajan, on March 11th, Thursday.
Very good.
Prince William has defended the British royal family against accusations of racism made by his brother, Prince Harry, and sister-in-law Meghan, saying that the royals are, quote, very much not a racist family, unquote. In comments made Thursday during a visit to an East London school, William became the first royal to directly address the explosive interview his brother and Meghan gave to Oprah Winfrey. We're very much not a racist family, he said, as his wife Kate walked by his side. Harry and Meghan's allegations of racism and mistreatment have rocked the royal family, and the Buckingham Palace has sought to respond to them in a 61-word statement on Tuesday, but it has failed to quell the controversy. William, second in line to the throne after his father, Prince Charles, says he hadn't yet spoken to Harry in the aftermath of the interview, but I will do so, is what he has said. Meghan, who is biracial, said in the interview that she was so isolated and miserable as a working member of the royal family that she had suicidal thoughts. She also said Harry told her there were concerns and conversations by a royal family member about the color of their baby's skin when she was pregnant with their son Archie. You know, I saw a very funny meme, Altu Baba, yesterday, right? Somebody posted saying, what do you think the color of the baby is going to be? That's a meme, right? And the other person is like, all Indians be like, how many times in India have we said Gori chitti hai ladki, Gora chitta hai, like you know, how many times? Fairness creams, we made a business out of it. Fair and lovely.
Coca-Cola piya tera bachcha altu baba se bada.
Kya, what nonsense.
Okay, Father, the thing is, I saw one more meme, which is a very interesting meme. Okay. So, Meghan Markle got $7 million from Oprah Winfrey for dishing about her grandmother-in-law.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and all the ladies in India are doing it for free.
You made it up?
No, that was a meme which came up.
Okay.
That's a good one, right? That's
yeah.
like $7 million, like what?
$7 million?
Yeah, 17 million people watched it.
So that's why she must have, I'm telling you this, she's added tadka to it. I don't
see, when
think
they came here, I have a very strong feeling that though she is Duchess and he is Duke or whatever, right? They get this particular thing on all the media money, all they get, right? They
Ego rahenga. I think there's also another angle to this.
No, I didn't find. See, I really can't imagine people who are so rich and that level of opulence coming and complaining about being subjugated and all that stuff. I'm sorry. It's just that I don't know. Sometimes I feel like
I think it's also an ego clash. You were right that it's the fact that there's Kate and her, and there's this constant that it's true, right? It's the who's the successor to the throne.
The reason I've said that the royal family is nothing for them, right? For the past so many years, right? For millions, eons of years, I won't say billions, I'd say at least for centuries they've had this, right? And always when there's powers involved, there will be clashes. It's nothing for them. So that's why I said the statement they made, right? Oh, they'll be loved as family. People should take a highlighter and some glitter glue and put it on the as.
They didn't say as.
Yeah, it's clear. Read the statement, Fazwani. I know.
Okay, read it.
Why should I read it? I got better things to do, Fazwani. It is them. They're making millions. They're playing with their millions. And nothing happening to us, by the way. I don't know. Anyway, Oprah Winfrey just wanted something to dish out to people to keep them occupied, and she's making $1 billion. It was such an ironic thing, right? A billionaire interviewing a millionaire.
She's also a billionaire. What are you talking about?
No, she's not a billionaire. Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire.
So is
Meghan Markle. No, she's not a billionaire. Sorry, the royal family are not billionaires, by the way. If you didn't know about that.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
They are millionaires.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, they don't fall in that club.
For me, I don't fall in either club, so same difference.
Exactly, and everybody's money is my money. So I'm a billionaire. I'm a trillionaire already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
अपना पैसा है. अपना पैसा सब कुछ.
अपना पैसा कुछ नहीं है. अपने पास कुछ भी नहीं है. अपन तो
कुछ नहीं तो वही है ना. That is everything, right? Oh my God, Father, if you say Rani says तड़का, just imagine what.
फालतू में रानी हुए रे.
नहीं ऐसी बात है फादर तेरे पास बहुत ये है Badujan, please don't believe whatever she says. She's like Meghan Merkel. She'll say something on screen, something else on the reality. Okay.
What nonsense?
What?
You just discredited me completely.
No, I credited
Oh
Meghan
my
Merkel.
God! No,
What?
you didn't.
Oh, you're saying Meghan Merkel is discredited? Oh my
Look
God.
at the sexist,
How could you
misogynistic
go?
remark,
How
Badujan.
could you
Oh my
go?
God,
You're
he
speaking
compared
like,
me to her.
You're speaking like that Piers Morgan guy.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the next news that's coming out with regard to Aung San Suu Kyi. Myanmar's junta added new bribery allegations to its charges against the deposed leader Aung San Suu Kyi on Thursday, while an advocacy group said security forces killed 12 more protesters in one of the deadliest days since the military took power. The bloodshed came hours after the UN Security Council called for restraint from the army, which has been trying to put down daily anti-coup protests and paralyzing strikes since it took power on February 1st. Afghan political leaders, including former President Hamid Karzai, are mulling whether to attend a meeting organized by Russia to jumpstart Afghanistan's peace process as diplomacy by foreign powers, including Washington, ramps up. Russia plans to hold a conference on Afghanistan in Moscow on March 18th and has invited several regional players. It comes at a crunch time for the peace process as a May 1st deadline for foreign troops to withdraw from Afghanistan looms and the United States reviews its plans. Peace negotiations between the Afghan government and the insurgent Taliban in Qatar's capital Doha have struggled to make progress. Mohammed Naeem, a spokesman for the Taliban, told Reuters that it had received an invitation from Moscow but had not yet decided whether to attend or not. In news from India, Bandujan, let us tell you that the Mamta is responding well to treatment according to doctors, and the election commission actually said that something was undignified. I'm trying to find that piece of news. It's like an scrolling update. But I'll tell you, Mamta Banerjee's left knee apparently shows some degree of degenerative changes on a CT scan. A medical board is going to be meeting tomorrow to decide the further course of action, according to Dr. Bandopadhyay at the IPMA hospital. And apparently the election commission has said that the letter that they received with regard to the attack on Mamta from the TMC was undignified. That's what they said. And the life and security of Chief Minister and Home Minister of West Bengal needs to be duly protected by all tasked with the maintenance of law and order machinery of West Bengal, is what the election commission said. And of course, Binajan, in terms of poll updates in West Bengal, they will see a staggered 8-phase polling from March 27th, when 30 assembly constituencies in 5 western districts will be going to vote. And the last two phases will happen on April 26th and 29th. In terms of coronavirus updates, Punjab night curfew is going to be imposed in Ludhiana from tomorrow between 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. till further orders. Lockdown is an extreme step and is going to be affecting the economy, says Devendra Fadnis, who is actually the ex-chief minister of is it Maharashtra, Altavaba? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maharashtra, yeah. Mm-hmm. So he is saying that he's coming down heavily on the district administration's decision to impose stricter lockdowns. By the way, India has seen the highest surge now in daily COVID cases, with Maharashtra leading the tally, supposedly. Mm-hmm. And also the government is actually telling that people and warning people, even though we've started to ease up restrictions, please be aware that there is COVID. India has recorded the highest daily tally in 2021 as of yesterday. So, coronavirus is still not over. The pandemic is still very much in the place. Mm-hmm. And of course, a district collector of Ludhiana has imposed this night curfew, like I mentioned, because of increasing COVID-19 cases there as well. And India is likely to be blocking its mobile carriers from using telecom equipment made by China's Huawei, two government officials said, under procurement rules due to come into force in June. New Delhi is wary about awarding new technology business to Chinese firms, both because of security fears and a desire to get manufacturers to produce more telecom equipment. So the US campaign to get get rid of Huawei and to curb Huawei has triggered bans or limits on the use of its equipment around the world. So other countries are also doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we had in terms of world news, Altu Baba.
Hey, nice. That was like, a good round of what's happening around the world. But we'll quickly take a look at what's happening in the tech world as well. Also, if we can, some news about what's happening in India. But Pehle Banjan, let's go and check out the Gane Kira once more for you guys. I love this song, Padhani. It's a movie called Nija, Prasun Joshi ki lyrics hai Banjan. And music, did I share whose music it was? Salim Suleiman. And of course, Banjan, actually, this is a music collection right here. It's not Salim Suleiman, it's Vishal Khurana. And the voices of K. Mohan and Neha Basin, Banjan. Banjan, ये गाना फिर से बजेगा आप लोगों को बजे before we head out. But उससे पहले we're gonna go check out what's happening with tech world. We're gonna go to the news from India.
No, there was just breaking news that just came from India, but I'm still reading up on it. It's about footage that Republic World, Arnab Goswami, that group has obtained, where they're trying to say that this attack on her was staged. It was her own.
Oh wow!
So I don't know the whole details, but I'm reading.
Didi's attack.
Well, they're saying that the video shows her cavalcade blaring its horns as it tried to navigate a packed, narrow street. Amid the deafening sounds of the horns, the CM can be seen standing precariously off the car's front passenger seat. She's standing with her hands folded between the door and the frame, even as the car is moving. She herself put herself in the situation.
Hey, that's what she does always. She's like, Rajinikanth, right?
And she alleged that she was in attack. When the camera next gets Mamta Banerjee in the frame, she's seen wincing in pain, having sat back in the passenger seat of the car, perhaps looking down at her legs. So something has happened in between.
You know what's happened, Fadwani?
And you can see a security officer holding her and the door, both. The video briefly pans out as the car passes by, then a heavy commotion ensues, with incident likely taking place in between. So she's probably fallen off. So people are saying that that's naughty what she's doing.
Yeah, so probably what's happened is she already had osteoporosis.
Yeah.
Degeneration of the knee, and she didn't want to get paid from her pocket.
Yeah.
She wanted the government to pay for her support. So she stays the thing saying, how's happened because I was going to take the office, blah, blah, blah. I won the elections. It's okay.
And she'll say that it's the opposition thing that actually.
Yeah, and sympathy vote again. People will go, "Arey wow, good no, me laga isko." Very
Who
good.
knows? Either way, poor thing, whatever happened.
Yeah, she's
you
in
know.
pain, poor thing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say anything about anybody.
Yeah.
We were not there, but I want to watch that video. I don't know.
Oh, you want to watch the video? I don't want to watch the video.
I'll bring
but
you the details tomorrow, but
I
then we'll
just
try to
feel
share.
that she's in pain right now. I feel sorry for her, but what the amount of pain she's given the people who have voted her into the office again, I don't know.
Oh God, how has she managed to stay in power, dude?
Who is she? It's like, I think it's just people want to vote away from whatever enterprise and all stuff, right?
Right.
So probably it's what's getting her votes, I suppose. Or fear, could be fear.
We don't know.
She's been ruling with the iron fist anyways, right?
I have no idea. I don't know the details of Bengal politics, but if you do, then you're more than welcome to comment. We will open up the lines if you want.
Yeah.
Maybe
Support
tomorrow.
Didi.
Yeah. No, be quiet. There are many people who are against her. Don't talk about her.
Hey, why? Even Modiji says...
We are not endorsing anybody, okay?
No,
we're not.
we don't endorse anybody. We just say that people, Modiji calls her Didi, so it'll be like, she'll be like auntie for us. No.
She's Didi to Modiji
she's
also?
Bua. Yeah, he calls her Didi.
Okay.
Didi! He calls that way.
Well, either ways, Madhijad, let's get into tech news. Apple is reportedly cutting down production of iPhone 12 minis.
What? Why?
Yeah,
What?
by as much as 70% in the first half of 2021.
I know why.
Yeah, a new report by Nikkei Asia claims that some suppliers may have been asked to stop making components of the iPhone 12 mini. The iPhone 12 mini is the most affordable 5G-enabled
That's
iPhone
right.
that has the latest hardware. Initial estimates hinted that it would have been an instant hit, but as per the report, Apple may have overestimated the demand for the iPhone 12 mini by a great margin, and they're cutting down production, is what they said, by up to 20%. However, the massive chunk of the 20% production cut mostly belongs to iPhone 12 mini. Dura, bring me pizza, please. Stockholm pilots a delivery droid. That's right, Panajan. Swedish telecom operator Tele2 and delivery heroes Foodora have joined forces on a pilot scheme for self-driving home deliveries by robots in Stockholm.
Very bad. You know what? There's a reputation for this particular person.
What?
Don't always get lost.
Oh, no, she had... Oh, yeah, that's true. It's not Dora.
She needs...
It's Dura.
Whatever, Dora.
Okay, demand for
She needs
contact.
Diego.
God, no. She's got map. Here's the map. Here's the map. Here's the map.
Yeah.
Here's the map. Here's the map.
Better you supply the particular Dura with map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Demand for contactless deliveries around the world has shot up as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, accelerating trials of autonomous robots to replace human couriers. Aside from the mainstay of restaurant takeaway food, Foodora will also now deliver books, technology, and beauty products. And Stockholm's new droid, known as Dura,
Oh, it's going to bring beauty products? Oh
Yeah,
my God.
everything.
Finally, a delivery drone giving you hope.
that has a camera, Dura, okay? Dura has a camera and it sends information in real time via Tele2's 5G network to Foodora,
Okay.
which can then track and send data to and from it. Dura would do its first test deliveries around the Stureplan Square in central Stockholm on Friday, carrying up to 20 kgs of food.
So all the people who actually are being, what should I say, who are misusing their powers with the delivery system, saying that they didn't get the package delivered, you can't. There's a photograph evidence that took it from the drone.
Yeah, it'll actually... I mean, I can imagine.
And the best way to make Faltoni smile selfie, actually look at that. Faltoni is known to actually look at the sky whenever lightning flashes.
Oh, be quiet, Altu Baba.
What?
It's God taking a picture of you, right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, either ways, let's go on over. Remember, Alibaba, it's not been in the news for a long time. Well,
Alibaba, because he's not in the news, he's been repairing air conditioning machines, air conditions outside.
Well, China's antitrust regulators are mulling levying a record fine against Alibaba Group Holdings over its anti-competitive behavior, the Wall Street Journal has reported, citing people familiar with the matter. And the fine could surpass $975 million that Qualcomm paid in 2015 over anti-competitive prices, apparently. So more on that you'll find on MediaMahima.com. And for news on Facebook, Facebook is going to allow content creators on its platform to earn revenue from short-form videos via advertisements, the social network said on Thursday.
Ah, nice.
Yes, it came in a blog where the company detailed its plans to help creators make more money as smaller tech rivals have been racing to attract famous social media personalities. Yes.
Yeah, Faltuni, by the way, remember I told you that if we found a picture of Jack Ma finally?
Yeah?
Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay, Balajan, so here is something, the first look at where Jack Ma is right now.
Where is he?
I'll show it to you. No, people can see it right now. Balajan, here you go. This is the only thing happening on our show. We finally found Jack Ma repairing, air conditioning devices in China.
Oh God, Alta Baba, stop. That is so bad.
This is what they showed. This is Chinese news. Missing Chinese billionaire.
Oh God.
Yeah, fine. There you go. Anyway, but that's what happens if you take on the
Chinese government.
Government, yes. You
Yeah.
start repairing ACs afterwards.
Well, Balajan, that's all we have for you on this morning's edition of Good Morning Bay. We'll be back tonight live at 5 with another tantalizing, thrilling episode of the Pam Pam Show. Don't forget to tune in at 5. Tab tak ke liye hame ijazat dijiye and have yourselves a terrific Thursday.
कुछ फैसलों का मौसम है आया सांसों ने मुझको जीने का मतलब समझाया धरती धरती रात उड़ गई रोशन रोशन सुबह
John, this is your darling Faltu Rani, and let me tell you.